We cater to you. Let me cater to you. Let me cater to you. I wanna let you know, girl, that you know that I am what you do. So let me reassure you, my love will be purpose without you. If I want it, I'm gonna ask you. Flying to be better, challenge me for the better. What do you let me cater to you?
Hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to the channel. That is Make It Make Sense, and we're going to try to make sense of this story, but everybody's going to have their say on it. They're going to have their take on it, and that's okay. That's why we're individual. We must not always think alike, but have different forms of thinking um, when we have to, okay? Because it would be boring if everybody just agreed with everybody and no controversy nowhere, right? We're going to get into this Beyonce story. Okay, we're going to get right on into it and we're going to tell what we feel about it and what other people may feel about it with her coming out of a new album. She's riding on a red horse, she's all in black, and this, that, and the third. Well, you know, I'm going to come from another avenue of thinking and viewing what she's given us on that Vogue magazine. Now, you know, in the Bible, okay, only people that really believe in the Bible or had some reference to the symbolization of what Beyonce is trying to represent. Okay, in the Bible, the color red symbolized blood and war, meaning the appearance of this rider and his horse will usher in a deadly war. Okay, uh, it's basically meaning uh, all authority is removed, no more peace on the earth. Okay, as a direct result of the actions, the writer sparks global conflict. And you know, in that Dangerous in Love album she did, she was found herself in some kind of car, and Jay Z set fire to it, and it gave her as a death, but yet a rebirth to another person. You know, she's always talked very candidly about her being possessed with a spirit or her alter ego, which is Sasha Fierce. She even said so herself when she was having an interview with Oprah that she cannot do those steps, those dances, whatever she be doing on stage. She don't even remember any of it. She just allows this entity to come into her and take over when she's performing. And then when her performance is over with and she's back maybe in her dressing room, she goes back to the regular Beyonce, the innocent one. So y'all should know that. Like I said, she it's almost like in your face, and yet you still don't believe. Okay, it's hidden in plain sight. Is what I'm basically trying to say. Now, if you want to go to the hip hop news report, that's where she's being what do you call it, talked about as well. And from LaneyGossip.com is where I am getting my little pieces to represent what I'm going to talk about, uh, about Beyonce and the optics that she's given us. Okay, now we must pay attention too, because we're going to talk about the four different horses. The white horse, she is also being filmed on or showed or photographed on, and I think I do have a clip in here of that. But yes, the white horse represents conquest, meaning holding a bow and a crown signifies peace, peaceful promises that the military gives us. Like they say, uh, the military provides a blanket of covered uh, safety net or a covered form of peace by our military men and women going out there and serving and trying to keep our country safe from terrorists and all that kind of stuff. Then the black horse, it represents famine, gloom, mourning, tragedy. And we think about it, we just pretty much had that with the COVID situation, okay? We can refer that to that stance where everything was like scarce at one time. You couldn't find toilet paper, you couldn't find, what was the other thing? There was a ration on meat. Just a lot of things you would take for granted that you would buy two and three things of. You couldn't do it around that time when COVID first hit. It was a scarcity of uh, paper towel, toilet paper. You couldn't really find anything. Mask, and what do you call that? Hand sanitizer. You couldn't find any of that at one point in time when we were facing COVID. I think it was really 2019. It actually came in at the latter part, the first part of 2020 is when we were hit very hard because a lot of people lost their jobs, so they were asked to work from home if their jobs had that type of arena where they could do that with their staff. And then we have the Red Horse, which is pivotal to what Beyonce is writing in on or showcasing on magazines here and there. And that horse represents war, devastating violence, the color depicting fresh blood spilled in the battle, and all of these, along with the pale horse, which signifies death, Hades, or the grave. Now, all four horses are really a depiction of the four seals of the Revelations in chapter 6, okay, verses 1 through 8. Read it if you care to. I'm just trying to provide a lot of more information to you as we talk about Beyonce. She's that's basically talked about herself when it comes to this entity of Sasha Fierce. Okay, as we go back to the black horse, the justice pairs of scales is in the hands and it's really symbolizing unbearable inflation, scarcity of food items, and it's just really widespread. It's global, almost like a pandemic. But I can see us being on the black horse as well too, because think about the gas prices. I mean, they fluctuate, then they come back down, and they fluctuate even higher than what they were previously. And in Georgia, we ain't used to paying no $4.50 or no $4.99 or nothing when it came to gas. We still were like in the high twos, low threes, okay? Because we just that kind of a city. I know they say that Atlanta is the mecca of blackness, but that's not necessarily true. If you were born and raised here, you would know that it's not true. We just have a lot of people coming to the state, planting their roots down here for retirement, or they're just coming because they think we have all the wealth and all the jobs here, when most of our native Georgians can't even get jobs. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because the competition is just so fierce out there. You don't have a degree just to say you got a degree. You don't even get picked for the jobs because that's what they're requiring. Even though when you get the job, not necessarily would you be doing your studies that you got your degree in, whether it's an associate's, bachelor's, or master's. Okay, oh, it's just knowing the right people at the right time, and you are in it to win it, okay? And I try to tell everybody that when I'm talking to people that want to move here to Georgia, and they asking me, and I'm like, well, it depends on what you want, okay? What you think you feel you're going to need, but you're going to have fierce competition. And see, that's Beyonce on the white horse, and it's at that time she took that picture. I guess we're really talking about everything being peaceful. But if you can tell, that's black. Black horse is famine, tragedy, and gloom and mourning, okay? Signifying more so on death. And like I said, I might be having trouble with the audio here because I tell you, when you're trying to do things, when you're trying to alert people about certain things, when it's biblically sound and you're just trying to bring awareness of what's going on, my equipment start to falter. Now, on the last video, everything was clear, concise, and my volume was straight. But I'm looking at my audio mixer, and it seems like it can't even get up to the red mark. And I find that very interesting. How they say when the devil don't want you to preach, or he don't want you to give out valuable information to the masses, something always stops the video. Or more YouTubers, they that are really have an in-depth viewpoint of life and not looking at the masses, trying to follow the masses when it might lead you right off a damn cliff. But you have your individual thinking. You ask questions. You don't take no for an answer. You keep on and keep on until it makes sense. And see, I am not a sheep. I tell people that all the time. I am a leader as well as a follower. I am a team player, but I really like contributions solely that I give. I'm a one woman show. I mean, I don't need all the hoopla. I don't need all everybody behind me or with me. I don't need an entourage, okay? As long as I got the Lord in my spirit and my heart, I'm good. I mean, I have to pay for some of my flaws and my infractions. I do know that because I'm in a sinful nature. But it just is what it is. But I'm just saying, I've talked to several content creators when you're trying to put out something valuable, something usable, and you're trying to educate people on a woke plane of existence about you can't always look at your celebrities as the be all get all or something because they may be knowing what the media, the propaganda that they want to spread to the masses, and if you're not on board with that, things can happen. Okay, it's almost like a spiritual warfare. You can't get the truth out there because the devil don't want you to get the truth out there. But we know that the Lord made Satan as well. He chose to rebel, and he wants to rebel himself. So he's going to get a lot of followers. He's going to deceive a lot of people. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles on this land. You either be for or against, either or. Okay? Be for or be against. But I wanted to do the love and the hip hop news one. And I'm still trying to find it. Hip hop news. Um, hip hop news. Maybe that'll take me to it. What are we talking about? Yep. See if it'll bring up Beyonce. I tell you, when I'm looking for stuff, it never wants to act right. You want to show me everything what I'm looking for when I'm trying to drop knowledge. Talking about Dre, talking about Charlie Sheen, talking about Wendy Williams. And we ain't trying to find none of that. Okay, maybe it'll let me do a search bar. I don't want that. And let me go back out. Yep, yep. Hot news. Let's see what it comes. Okay, maybe this is. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll just go with this one anyway. And hopefully it'll give us something to the fact of what it really is about, what she's trying to do. Her Renaissance album that will be available June 29th for everybody that loves Beyonce and wants to see her do her thing, okay? But basically, we're getting this video from, it's not the one that I wanted to present, but it is what it is. It's from hip hop, well, hot news hip hop. And we have Erica Marie is putting the story out for us. And she titles her story, Beyonce announces new music coming next month and the internet loses it. Why does it loses it? Okay, is it propaganda? Is it something they just want us to be preoccupied with while they do something else behind our backs and we find out about it later? Pretty much that's what they use TV for. And they brainwash the masses. But, okay, title let us know to clear our calendars because a record of the year contender, Renaissance, is on its way. For months, artists have been firing off new records in hope landing a track that would become the 2022 summer anthem for MCs delivering bars about the streets to rappers dropping off twerking, ready jams. We've seen an influx of artists sharing new singles, patiently waiting to climb the charts or go viral with the dance craze. These are several albums that music fans have been looking forward to, but after Beyonce recently deleted her profile photo on Instagram, the rumor mill, or should we say the Bayhive or Beehive, began buzzing. Throughout her career, the Destiny Child icon has swum amongst the tide and chosen to make moves that defy industry standards. She perfected the art of the surprise album and rarely sits down for an interview. But when it comes to her rolling out season, it's unlike any other. After she stunned her social media followers by removing her content title surfaced with an announcement. Beyonce Renaissance, July 29. As expected, the internet became a flurry as people speculated about whether or not this would be a full-length album or a single. Both Tidal and Beyonce also offered another teaser by calling this release Act 1. But that's just about all we are to receive for now. Internet beehive sleuths are trying to piece this one together like a mystery game, and it looks as if this album, but we'll just have to wait and see how Bay and Company unfold the release in the coming weeks. In this album, this will be Beyonce's first record in 6 years since she released Lemonade back in 2016. Check out the announcement and a few reactions below. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was on Twitter. I don't know why it's not connecting. Okay. One fan wrote, I know y'all some women, I know y'all some of y'all sleep, but Beyonce is coming. Okay. We haven't gotten a Nicki album in 4 years, Rihanna album in 6 years, Beyonce album in 6 years, Frank Ocean album in 6 years, SZA album in 5 years. So they're basically, this viewer is saying it's about time they need to show up, show out on our behinds. Okay. Then another person wrote, we made it through the Beyonce trial, and they have a little elephant showing uh them in their form of being wild. Um, and that's pretty much it, guys. Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. They said we've been waiting to use this for years, and that's when everybody, she used that ring the alarm bell. I don't know how it go. I'm not even gonna try to sing it. But it was y'all remember that song Beyonce had, "Ring the Alarm." But yeah, they had made some pretty interesting videos regarding this. They got TD Jakes saying, wake up. I know y'all some of y'all sleep, but Beyonce is coming. Like she's somebody's God. Okay. Yeah, somebody used TD Jakes, which is a minister, and they going all ham about this situation where Beyonce is definitely going to be bringing us music that we can use up in these streets, is what they're trying to say. Okay. And let me see. I think this is the one I wanted to cover. That the British had got into. Beyonce brings the heat to the cover of British Vogue in a tight black gown. Okay, the mother of three announced earlier this week that her Renaissance album will be released at the end of July. The Beehive was right in predicting that Beyonce has new music on the way, which was confirmed yesterday with her announcement of the arrival of her long-awaited next album next month. Although they likely could have begun to imagine what the Lemonade artist had in store for her new British Vogue cover. As Page Six reports, Queen Bee covers July 2022 issue of the prestigious magazine, turning up the heat as they put it in a larger-than-life headpiece by Harris Reed while looking as glamorous as ever on top of a horse. Okay. Um, the magazine editor-in-chief, Edward Ennisfo, revealed that the unique photo shoot's inspiration was a fashion of Fantasia spun from the tropes of club life during the late century's final quarter, with a focus on props like mirror balls, light boxes, and headdresses. According to Edward, Beyonce wanted to play with fashion like never before, which could be an indicator of the energy she's ushering into this new era of music along with her. Okay. Other incredible looks that will be displayed amongst the magazine pages includes a gold sequin covered sculptural coat by Shirley Haute Couture, which was styled in with a pair of the same brand gorgeous planetary earrings. Another even more camp fashion statement consisted of Harris Reed corset, sequin leggings, and Olympic train, which were only made for fabulous ridiculous, with a massive pair of platform boots and another headdress. This one pink is in color. Okay, and I did give y'all little shots of that one. She's on her motorcycle, giving us flavor that way as well. Um, and she was in that pink um, kind of short coat with a bathing suit or leotard type of structure going on. Yeah, she was giving us very various types of photography, autographic views as she sports her thing down. Okay, but that's all we got. A little literature for you all today on that, as well as a little background of the four questions that is presented in the biblical sense. Okay, like and love, gotta have more of this video or more videos to come. I will see y'all on the next video. Make sure y'all subscribe, comment, and share, and like my videos. Thank you guys. Bye bye.